Our ancestors knew a supreme grand designer. Let's get to the crux of the matter. Why do we find so many dependable, predictable, fine-tuned laws governing our existence? What is their origin? Did life arise by chance? Or is something larger at work? There must be an explanation for the existence of everything. Yes. Is it true God exists? This preacher Rabbi L.M. Tumizulu. You can join us at maarifa.com, Maarifa Development Organization, Hamiti Buru Ethics. Greetings, Bantu brothers and sisters, children of the first and original ancestor. Welcome. Salibonani linjani kelonke matlabezulu. Does God exist? Is he the same as creator? How do we know? Is he a male or a female? Is this life all there is? Or there is something more? Can you answer these questions without quoting any holy book? What is it called when you are not sure if God exists? Atheism. Are there Africans that should be atheistic? If you are seriously asking questions about your identity, in nature, in the present, in now, you are perfect for the role of restoring Maati on the earth in your life. Before we reconnect to Maati, each muntu must adequately cleanse his or her mind of foreign deities like God, Jesus, Allah. Seriously, is it factual that God exists? Ask any African pastor or imam or rabbi this. Before Africans encountered Christianity, did they know God, Jesus, or Allah? Millions have dished their ancestral knowledge and swallowed theological book religions. Yet, the existence of God has a beginning. A Greco-Roman copist created God. Read proof of this from the book we shall quote today extensively, called The Creator or God. You can get this book from Amazon. We quote it now. Anyone who can suffer any slightest degree of change is neither self-existent, self-sufficient, nor eternal, and so is not the creator. This statement damages the Christian concept of, in the beginning there was a word, and the word changed into flesh, and the flesh turned to dwell amongst the people. Anything that changes is not the creator. Only a being composed of parts may change. For change is basically a shift in the relation of the parts of a whole, or the admission of some foreign element into the original composition. Since the creator is self-existent, he is not composed. There are in him no parts to be altered. And since he is self-sufficient, nothing can enter him from without or from within. Whatever is composed of parts is not in total one. It is in some sort a plurality and diverse from itself, and neither a fact or a concept is capable of dissolution, which things are alien to the creator of our ancestors, who has nothing better to be conceived of as. Hence, there are no parts in the creator, nor is he more than one, but truly a unitary and identical to none. With that, he, her, it is a unity itself, indivisible by any conception. Now, what shall Christianity say about this? What about scientists? Let's look at scientists for now. The book, The Creator or God, also dissects the scientific flaws that have been plastered over by the new physics, which in all honesty is Afro-mysticism or demonology. In any case, if science has proof for the existence of God, not the creator, or no proof about the two, there would be absolute harmony and unanimity amongst all scientists and all scientific disciplines, but there is none. Many scientists accept that the evidence for the Creator's existence measures up to the evidence presented against it. Our ancestors knew the exact forces in nature that science now discovers as laws. Does God exist? The answer is yes and no. Yes, in the sense that God was created by men. No, in the sense that God does not exist. This is adequately addressed in the book, The Creator or a God. Read that book. It provides evidence and a proof. It will prompt your ninefold soul to affirm the evidence and obviousity of the facts. And you will certainly become an expert, a master knower, and a practitioner who will perceive clearly and thoroughly how Christians perpetuate the formula to virtually or in person broker your spiritual birthright to the lifeless God you read about in the Bible. All crafted to feed off your energy. How? Because of the fact that God was created by very clever men who plagiarized and literalized ancient Afro myths. There is no philosophical unity amongst enlightened religionists who copied that knowledge and the scientists who are looking for evidence or no evidence. How do you, as a Bantu or Muntu, minus European theology and the science, know that God doesn't or truly exist? What is your basis for that knowledge? Our ancestors knew a lot about the unseen realm. We need to ask and seek answers to these questions. Their answers have serious consequences that should profoundly affect the way we live. Nonetheless, where do we begin? How do we answer that most basic of all questions about the Creator's existence, or he or she or it is real? If so, what is he like? Does he have a plan for you? We can find the answers to these questions. Evidence of the Creator's existence is both abundant and available. Other universes exist. That's what our ancestors taught us. Nikadzim, ancestral world. Our current sphere of existence can be compared to a life in a ping pong ball. That is the sphere of sense pleasure. The Creator is outside the universe and cannot be detected by our senses. Therefore, separate from time and space, our sphere of existence is enclosed within time and space. Sometimes we think that our cosmos is incomprehensibly large, but to an enlightened Muntu or Bantu, it is no more cosmically significant than a ping pong ball. We refer to all the spheres together as the universe. The knowledge of anything any further than this universe is unique. Professor Davis expressed it this way: through my scientific work, I have come to believe more and more strongly that the physical universe is put together with ingenuity so astonishing that I cannot accept it merely as a brute fact. There must be a deeper level of explanation. I believe that we human beings are built into the scheme of things in a very basic way. That's what our ancestors taught. Cambridge University astronomy professor Martin Rees and the science writer John Gribbin, discussing how finely tuned the scientists have found the universe to be, noted that the conditions in our universe really seem to be uniquely suitable for life and organic matter. Read their books. There it is. That's what our ancestors knew. The following is quoted in the book, The Creator or a God. Other scientists insist there is no creator. Stubbornness of ignorance, despite these few scientists quoted here, many others stubbornly persist that the Creator does not exist. The late Harvard University paleontologist Stephen Jay Gould summarized these atheistic viewpoints. Some scientists acknowledge that they simply refuse to allow the universe, the existence of a divine creator, to enter their thinking. They argue that the discipline of science is limited to material or naturalistic explanations. That is, ones that they deny even the possibility of the supernatural. Even if all the data points to an intelligent designer, immunologist, Dr. Scott Todd once admitted such a hypothesis is excluded from science because it is not naturalistic. Biologist Richard Lewontin also has similar sentiments. He said they cannot allow a foot or a divine foot in the door of their unsubstantiated or tolerance of measurements by science. A popular advocate of evolution, evolutionist Richard Dawkins, reasons this way. While admitting that living things give the appearance of purposeful design, he said biology is the study of complicated things that give the appearance of having been designed for a purpose. Biologists must constantly keep in mind that what they see was not designed but rather evolved. What kind of thinking is that? Professor Hawkins does not consider the obvious, that if they appear to have been designed, maybe they actually were designed. Refusing the obvious, Dawkins' backhanded acknowledgement that living organism overwhelmingly impresses us with the appearance of design as if by a master watchmaker, as he put it, thinking of African traditional religious systems, and they coin terms like juju, ancestor worship, pagan, barbarism, primitive fetishism, savagery, heathenism, idolatry, and polytheism. Atheism is heresy. Among us, the oldest race on earth, up to a point recently, we have never had any black person or Muntu or Bantu or African, man or woman, wise one or fool, young or old, who was an atheist, nor a believer in Allah, nor a believer in God, nor a believer in Jesus. In conclusion, welcome to our near and remote creator. From the book, The Creator or God, page 123. As our ancestors left the legacy to us, there can be no limit to his presence. He is omnipresent. In his infinitude, he surrounds the finite creation and contains it. There is no place beyond him for anything to be. The Creator is our environment, as the sea is to the fish and as the air is to the bird. The belief that the Creator is present within his universe cannot be held in isolation. It has practical implication in many areas of spiritual thought and bears directly upon certain spiritual problems, such, for instance, as the nature of the world. Thinking men of almost every age and culture have been concerned with the question of what kind of world this is. Is it a material world running by itself, or is it spiritual and run by unseen powers? Does this interlocking system explain itself, or its secret lie in mystery? Does the stream of existence begin and end in itself, or is its source higher up and further back in the hills? Animism is the positive teaching that qualifies the knowing that the Creator feels the universe, that the world is spiritual. It originated in spirit, flows out of spirit, is spiritual in essence, and is meaningless apart from the spirit that inhabits it. Welcome to the near and remote Creator, the Creator or God. Does God exist? No. The Creator who created our ancestor, and then we were created via the procreation laws into this universe, is our reality. Now, so you see the power and proof of ancestor reverence, because it affirms that chain that will link you to the Creator, and that the Creator exists, not God. Subscribe to Hamiti Hebrew Ethics and connect with us on join@marifado.com. This is Spiritual Rabbi Elem Tumizulu. Thank you. Have a good day.